Bonjour everyone, bienvenue, je m'appelle Huw, and welcome to the Top 14 Digest Season 2. So for all of those joining us on YouTube, you'll think, Season 2? I don't remember this before. So this last season was an audio-only podcast. You could find it on HG Rugby, wherever you get your audio downloads, whether that's Spotify, Apple, or anywhere else. But for this season, we are bringing it to YouTube to hopefully many, many more people. This is going to be a weekly show where we talk about the Top 14 and only the Top 14. We'll get all of the news, results, gossip, dramas, controversy, everything off the pitch, and of course, all the massive goings on the pitch. Who's we? I am not on my own. I am joined by my co-host from the Atlantic coast, as always, Madame Mazmak. Bonjour, Maz.
Bonjour, Huw. How are you?
I'm excellent. This is so exciting to be doing it on the video version instead of just on the Twitter space as before. We're still on Bonjour, aren't we? This time into
Yeah,
September now.
yeah, we're definitely bonjouring. Yeah, definitely are. Yeah, well, I won't say the sunshine outside. We have our badly needed rain, but it's bright. So we'll be bonjouring for another 2 months, maybe. So,
Oof. Excellent. Keeping the light alive. Okay, so normally when we do this show every week, it's going to be a fairly brisk show, half an hour-ish, and we're going to have regular segments, but not today because we are previewing the season, and we're doing it in a special way that I haven't told Maz about yet. I haven't told you, Maz, what we're going to be doing.
oh no, a great way to start my video debut, isn't it? We dropped in it.
So what we're going to talk about every single top 14 team. And what we're going to do, Maz, is we're going to sort them into two categories. Every single team, they're either going to be Le Grand Fromage or Le Grand Merde.
Oh, okay, right.
So we're going to agree for every team whether they're going to be the big cheese or the big, I won't say it in case we get demonetized, the big poo.
Okay. Mm.
So where should we start then? Shall we start with the easy one, the obvious one, the reigning champions? The how many they won in a row now? 3 or 4. Stade Toulousain.
Mm-hmm.
Can they ever be anything other than Grand Fromage, Maz?
No, not for a long time anyway. Yeah, they're definitely top of the list, aren't they? Yeah, they
What
are.
title favorites? Is there any way that anyone could ever stop them this season?
I don't think so. I think they've got too much depth as always. They didn't have a huge recruitment. They only had brought in Teddy Thomas and Colombe, the two guys from La Rochelle. I think that's all they bought in. From I think maybe they had 1 or 2 academy players coming back or something, but they have such a depth. And honestly, it will take a lot of injuries for them to be taken off their top spot, I think, again.
50+ million euro budget confirmed already for this season, by far the highest in rugby.
Yeah.
I don't see them being stopped, unfortunately, but we'll tune in and watch them anyway. Trust me, it's still going to be worth watching this season, I promise. Let's go on to last year's runner-up, your team, Maz, and kind of my favorite French team as well. Union Bordeaux-Begles, UBB. I've already put them in Grand Fromage.
Yeah.
A few injuries to start the season.
Oh, it's a bit catastrophic, as they would say. Yes, they have quite a few injuries. Luku has broken his thumb and he's out for 2 months. Moefana is out for 3 months with a shoulder injury. He was also operated. Ritier is out for a month. Buros is out for 3 weeks, kind of thing. And then they already have the Adam Coleman, who is still recovering. Van Rensburg, Swinton. Who else?
Big Ben's down in Tonga.
Yes, he's actually off in the States. He's arrived in the States and he's eating a rather large burger the last time I saw. And he genuinely won't be back. I'm thinking last year it was about the end of October, beginning of November by the time he came back, because after the Pacific Nations, he has his holidays. And then it's the Autumn Nations starting. So I don't know. And I haven't really looked to see what Tonga are doing in that. So, but I know it is a while before he's back. And who else? There's somebody else injured in my counter. Yeah, but they're missing quite a few big players with the start of the season. And Jalibert, I don't know if he's 100% ready to start, but he will be in a week or 2. But I can't say for this weekend. Yeah.
In terms of signings, you've had Celestia Reassi from Van, the Fijian.
Yes.
Very exciting player. Who else have you signed? Because to be honest, I think
Um,
even though you did very well last season, I think you could have done with a couple more up front.
yeah, they could have. They have Dupree's is coming when he
Mm.
finishes with South Africa. Um, the hooker from Castres, Barlow, he's on and he'll be good because we do badly need a backup hooker. We could do it a few backup props as well. Who else? Oh, I'm sure there's somebody else.
Oh, Pedrello from Lyon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He'll be put into action more or less straight away, I think, by the sounds of it. So that's the big signings. So yeah, they have one or two smaller ones as well that come in. But yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. We will shore them up a little bit in places where they need it.
You got a player that you're looking forward to seeing play most this season?
But UBB,
Yeah.
oh, I like Cyril Kazoo. He's one of my favourites. And Giotti, Marco Giotti as well. So yeah, them two. I'm liking to see what they'll do this year. Hopefully not get injured and hopefully not
Yeah.
get too many cards. Anyway.
Fingers crossed.
Oh,
Fingers
Wacky.
crossed. Hmm?
Wacky. We resigned Wacky.
Oh,
We
yes.
signed the card man. Oh man alive. Oh, forgot about
Yeah,
that.
but he's happy now because he's with all his friends.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully that will have settled down after his stunning performance last year. How many cards can I
I
get?
think most yellow carded player in the top 14 last year. But he's remarkable in one way because he's the first player ever to leave Racing 92 and not have Jackie L go at him with both barrels.
No, apparently it was all very amicable and he wasn't part of the racing plan. And I think, yeah, which is good too. So no
Mhm.
burnt bridges there.
Okay. Where shall we go next? Let's go. Let's change it up a bit. Let's go to uh, Bayonne. So I think, Maz, so Bayonne finished fourth in the top 14 last season, but that was very much built on home wins, and they only got two try bonus point victories in the whole season, which is weird. And to me, it's a bit like Stade Francais the season before. Do you remember 2 seasons ago, Stade Francais finished second, but all of their underlying stats, like all their attacking stats and everything, were way down at the bottom of the league. So it was a bit of an overperformance. And for Stade Francais, it was all on away form, all on away
Mm.
victories. I think not Bordeaux, Bayonne. I think I think there might be a bit of a slump this season for Bayonne. I think they're Le Grand Merde. I think they're going to go down the table a fair bit, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think they could be lucky to get to the playoffs. I'm kind of thinking mid-table kind of thing. There is a bit of backroom noise as well, even though Payet, he resigned, was it yesterday or this morning?
Yeah.
He did resign a contract again, but there has been an awful lot of instability there with Travers coming on board, and apparently the two men don't see eye to eye. So I think that didn't help. They also had a huge injury last warm-up game. Tatafui's out for 5 or 6 months again.
Again.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And they've had one or two other injuries that picked up as well. So yeah, they've had a few interesting signings though.
Yeah,
Um,
they've got a new Charnier, haven't they? Which is the
mm,
the halfback pairing. They've got Herschel Yanchis from the Stormers, and they've got Gareth Anscombe from Gloucester,
yeah,
the Welshman. Now, Anscombe's an interesting one because Gareth Anscombe is many things. Durable is not one of them. You're lucky to get more than 3 games in a row out of him. And I say that as a Wales fan, and he's done
yeah.
fantastic things for us. I just can't see him. Obviously, standing in for the now retired Lopez, I just can't see him being durable enough for his top 14 season, to be honest with you.
No, I can't. And it's big, big boots to fill as well. And Lopez was such a commander on the field and, getting the troops together and everything like that. Even any other person to come and fit into that role is going to be hard. So it is. And I hate to say this, I don't think that Herschel is going to suit the top 14. I think he could be a bit of a flop. I don't want
Mm.
him to be, but something's, I don't know. I don't know. There's just something I'm kind of going, oh, yeah,
Yeah, because the Bayern signed Herschel from the Stormers, and the Stormers signed Cobus Reinach from Montpellier. And I
yeah,
think everybody in South Africa thinks that that's an upgrade for the
yeah,
Stormers.
Yeah, 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 I do. So, yeah, I don't think he'll go too well there.
Hmm.
Mm,
Speaking of which, let's talk about Montpellier now. So, Maz, we're not. One thing that this podcast is not going to be for everybody at home is unbiased. We're not big fans of Montpellier on this podcast. We always pick them to lose. Unfortunately, they employ some not very nice people. Uh, what can you say, Maz? I'm sure they've done lots of signings. Adam Beard from Wales, the former British and Irish Lion, kind
mm,
of one of the biggest names. But Montpellier always make lots of signings, most of them big. But what they were Access game 2 seasons ago, pretty anonymous last season.
yeah. Ali Price is gone to them, and Tom Banks as well. He signed with them. But again, I don't think they've got it. I think they're going to be much like they were last season, mid-table. What did they finish? Eighth or something? Eighth, ninth,
Ninth, I
something like
think. They
that.
didn't, yeah,
Yeah,
they're not in the
yeah,
Champions Cup.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think it'll be much the same for them. I can't see them. I can't see them improving that much. And I don't think they've got any South African left. I think every single one of them have left now at this stage.
No, they've signed, well, for next season, yes, but they've signed Ruben van Heerden from the Stormers for next season.
Ah, okay, okay. But yeah, yeah, okay. So yeah, no, I think it's mid-table. Yeah, yeah. I don't think they're going to be in the grand, but they're going to be in the moyen, the kind of middle.
Okay. All right. So speaking of that area of the table, Poe. Okay. For people who followed the podcast last year, know that I, at some point during the year, became a massive Poe fan. Probably around about when Carwyn Tuipulotu signed for them from the Scarlets. Uh, and they've made some cool signings, haven't they, Maz? They've signed Julien Montoya, the Los Pumas captain. They've signed Facundo Issa from Toulon, a massively underrated signing. And they signed a chap from Racing as well. I forget his name.
Have they? Who did they sign from Racing?
Because
Uh,
everyone they signed played last season in blue and white hoops.
ah, have they signed? Oh,
I
I
don't.
can't.
I'm going to be honest with you, Maz. I don't know his name. So if you tell me, if you just say a name, I'll just say yes.
I can't remember. I think it was something though, like a back rower that they signed from
Yeah,
Racing. I think, but I
their
can't
back row
remember his
now
name.
is insane because they've got Gorgadze from or Gogodze, one of the two from Georgia. They've now got
Mm,
Facundo Issa. They've got Carwyn Tuipulotu as well, and
yeah,
they weren't bad. They've obviously still got. Is it Robinson, their scrum half, and they've got uh, one of the Simmons, Joe Simmons,
yeah,
MBE at fly
yeah.
half. They've still got Gaetan still hasn't left, has he?
No, he's still there. He's there this season. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Atisogbe.
Theo. Yeah, he's there. Yeah, they. I was reading, I remember last year at the beginning of the season, they had huge injury problems. They had about 19 out of their first squad. And again, this year, they've picked up a lot of pre-season injuries. And I believe that they are having, is it a hooker problem? They might have to actually bring in a medical joker because I think two of their three hookers are injured. I don't know how long term or anything like that. Yeah, but I am very much looking to see Montoya. Absolutely, I'm very excited about that. That's one of my favorite incoming signings. And
Yeah,
Issa, I love Issa. He's on my list of people that I love. So
yeah.
yeah,
And they play great rugby. If people are new to the top 14, obviously it's on. If you're watching in the UK, it's on Premier Sports. If you see a Poe game is on, tune in because it's never low scoring and they've got some really really fun players. So yeah, one of my favorite teams, Poe. Grand Fromage. Where next? Oh, let's do another boring one. Lyon. So Lyon for me, Maz, and there was the same all last season. Lyon's squad is decent, and they've signed some decent players as well. One Ngolo is going there. Obviously,
mm,
Randradra's left, and Niashvili is left. But I always felt that Lyon were underperforming to their squad.
yeah, and I don't think that will change this year. Sam Simmons has gone to Lyon as well. From Montpellier. They've brought Massey into. Yeah, and you look at that and you kind of go, that is, like you say, it's a decent squad, but something. When Karim came in, remember they did so well and they went
Mm.
from practically the bottom of the table up to sixth and they stayed there for a long, long time. And then at the end of the season, they just completely fell away. They could do something similar this year. I'm like everybody's doing the predictions, and it's funny because people either have them in their barrage in the playoffs, or they have them in the other playoff. It's so extreme.
I don't see them. There's just something off about them. I don't see them being in the barrage, so I'm going to put them in Le Grand Merde.
Okay. Oops, they almost fell in there
No.
between.
Lyon failing upwards. Okay, let's talk about the league newcomers now. Union Sportive Montalbanaise. Oh, that's a long one. So promoted. So just to tell people who didn't follow it at the time, tell people how Montauban ended up getting promoted to the top 14 in the first place.
In the Pro de Deux is the same playoffs as the TOP14. So you have the top 2 teams that go directly to the semi-final, and then the other 4 play in the barrage, the playoffs. They were 6th, and they won their barrage. Who did they beat? Did they beat Brive?
I think they beat Brive, yeah.
Brive in the semi-final. And then they were playing Grenoble, and everybody was just like, yeah, Grenoble. And it was a wonderful game. And I remember at the end, I couldn't watch. I was between not being able to watch and not being able to breathe, because I thought they're going to lose this. But yeah, they won it, and they went straight up, and Grenoble had to go and try and have a playoff game against Perpignan, and they lost that again. But yeah, I'm not sure that was part of their plan to get promoted like that, but they did. And yeah, very exciting for them. Very exciting. A tiny little team, a tiny little budget, a tiny little stadium. Yeah.
So on the budget, the stat is that Montauban's budget is half of the next lowest in the top 14. So Perpignan's budget is 28 million euros. Montauban's is 14. And by the way, when we talk about budgets in French rugby, we're not talking player salaries, we're talking about everything. So don't get confused on that. But Montauban, like, to call them minnows, I agree with you, Maz. They almost got promoted by accident. I don't think that they're necessarily top 14 ready in the same way that, say, Provence, Grenoble and Brive are preparing for the top 14. Montauban has signed Ver Fafita from the Scarlets. If you could give us back, I would much appreciate that. But even though you're wearing your Montauban top today, Maz, I think that they are going to be perhaps the most Le Grand Merde of all of them.
Yeah, I think they are. Unfortunately, I'd like to see them have 1 or 2 surprises. You never know, they might have at home in a small stadium. I'd like to see them win a few games. Really, I would. It would mean a lot to them. So yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, let's save some of the juicy ones for the end. So Clermont. I completely forgot, Maz, that Clermont finished 5th last season. How the heck did that happen? How on earth? Because I swear they didn't win any games and they somehow finished 5th.
They won quite a few at the beginning of the season. And I remember they had a lot of their big forwards scored a lot of tries. And then they had a very calm kind of season. I thought, I don't know how they got there, but they did. I think other teams lost the way as well, and they just picked up a few wins towards the end, and somehow they finished 5th. Yeah.
Have they still got Uda Paletta playing for them?
No, he's retired.
Oh, thank goodness for that. He looked about 48. But they've secured Geno after rumours he was off to Toulon. That's a big coup, isn't it? Tell people who maybe not know what all the big hype about Geno is.
Because Toulon were hoping to sign him, because they're obviously Siran's contract is up next year, so the way that it seemed was that they weren't going to keep him, and they had put a lot of money in front of Jeannot, but he stuck with. He only resigned last week, I think, or a few days ago. So yeah, and I'm trying to think. They haven't made huge signings. They've brought in a few Fijians up from the Pro de Deux and things like that, and Plummer from the Auckland Blues. I think.
Harry Plummer. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, but nothing huge, So yeah.
So they're the most in between team. We're going to talk about another very in between team in a moment, but I'm going to go. I just don't see the inspiration coming for Clermont, so I'm going to put them in Grand Merde. I just don't. They're not the big cheese, are they?
No, they're not. They're not. Remember, we need 6 people for the playoffs, or 6 teams for the playoff. Remember that?
We'll find. Oh yeah, God, we are going to struggle here at this rate, aren't we? Okay, right. Okay. Cast. Maz, I swear that everyone plays Cast twice a week. They're one of those teams like we're playing them again. I swear we just played them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. I
Have
have
they
a soft
signed
spot.
anyone cool?
Yes, they have. From Drua. Oh, what's his name? They signed a few cool Fijians. Budaredu, the winger. They
Don't
signed
know.
him, and they've signed another Fijian that come from Iono, Ramotubua. And I like him a lot. He could be my rugby crush this year, come to think of it. And apart from that, I don't know that they've signed anybody else. They also don't have a huge budget, and they seem quite content with the group that they have. So, but they're always there or thereabout, Cast. I don't know
If they
how.
if they've got lots of Fijians, we'll put them in Grand Fromage because we like Fijians. The
And
one
my,
that we
yeah, they've Butty too, and he's one of my favorites. So, yeah.
oh yes, of course, and one that we forgot going to Leon is Yosefo Mazzi, also from
Yeah,
the Drua.
yeah,
If he can keep himself out of trouble, we'll say no more.
yeah, 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 yeah. He's gone there. He could do well enough there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. Okay. Right. We've got some fun ones left now. So let's take this moment to talk about Stade Francais, Maz. Oh my goodness, all the things that we have to say about Stade Francais. So the news that broke about Stade Francais that we've had people already asking questions today is no longer sponsored by Capri Sun. No longer having Capri Sun on the front of their jerseys. They're sponsored by who is it now that they're sponsored by?
The Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. The And I think it's the tourism end of it that they're sponsored by, from what I can gather. I didn't have a lot of time to read into it, but yeah, it's Ivory Coast that they're
So what
sponsored.
what I've read is that it's the tourism board of the Ivory Coast, which is run by the Ministry of Tourism. So it's a government run thing. It's a bit
Mhm.
like if people follow English football, it's a bit like the Visit Rwanda thing that Arsenal have. Um, it's just trying to promote it. So that's one thing. So it's a bit of an unusual sponsorship, and I will say that I've seen the mock-ups of the jerseys, and they don't. It's not a cool logo, unfortunately. It's ruined the front of the jersey a bit.
Yeah.
But what does this tell us about Hans Peter Wild, their owner? Because obviously he's Mr. Capri Sun. So for him to take his own company off the front of his own rugby team, what does that tell us?
Yeah, and I mean, he had made a bit of rumblings about it last year. He wasn't happy at all, and looking for somebody to come in and even sell it on. He's getting on in age too, isn't he? He's quite well into his 80s, I think. So he is. So, and put a lot of money into it. And I know in an interview he did that a lot of his the other directors in the company and that were asking him, where is all this money going? What are you seeing from it? And things like that. So maybe he's just, hoping to step back. And yeah, yeah,
Well, I'm putting them straight in Le Grand Merde. They were really bad last season,
yeah.
really bad. They looked like they were going to go down at times, and I haven't seen what they've done to fix any of it.
No, and the recruitment has not been good at all. They brought in Kerr Barlow from La Rochelle, but he's 34, 35. Nene is back from Dax. He was on loan to Dax. And Tanny Villy from Van. And that's it. And they're also, oh, yes, today, this afternoon. What's his name? Guillaume
Oh,
Bertrand.
yeah.
Yes. He worked with Canal Plus. He was a commentator on Canal Plus in the top 14 games on Saturdays for about 20 years. And apparently, on his LinkedIn page this afternoon, he has made himself rugby director of Stade Francais. Except that Stade Francais haven't actually made this official yet. And he was given the elbow from Canal Plus at the beginning of the summer, I think in July or something, amid all kinds of rumours. There was rumours going around that people in the high profile and Canal Rugby Club and Canal Plus Rugby, there was sexual misconduct rumours going around it. He has never been named. Canal Plus never said why they gave him the boot. And now he's made himself director of rugby. Yay.
Self-appointed Stade Francais. As far as we can tell, Paul Gustard, or as he's now known, Paul Gustard, since he's moved to France,
Mm.
and we Morgan Parra are the only people in the building.
Yeah, they brought somebody up from, was it from Perpignan? An English guy for the scrum and that. I can't remember his name. Ringwell? Oh God, no, I can't remember his name. Ringwell, something like that. I'm hopeless. Yeah, but it's not good. It's not good. And I think they're going to be playoff. Mm.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Stade Francais, the second most successful team in French history. Again, down the bottom of the table. Let's now scoot on over to someone who they'll probably be competing with that spot for is USAP or Perpignan to you and me. So, Maz, I know that you don't really like Perpignan that much. They're not one of your favorite clubs. For people who can't see Maz, she's shaking her head vigorously. I don't mind them. I went towards the end of last season, I started Googling them and reading about their history. They do have a kind of a cool history. Their kit is supplied by Adidas, which is a big tick from me. And they're just a bit so they got a bit something about them. There's a bit of dog in them. I know that they do get into bother with fan behavior occasionally.
They do. And they've actually made a few decent signings. Jamie Ritchie has gone to them, and he is so going to suit Perpignan because there's a bit of terrier about him. And Yato is down from Clermont, which I think he'll suit Perpignan quite well too. Tristan Tedder from Racing, he's gone to them. Duncan, what was his name? Duncan from Toulon,
Pie.
Yes, he's there. The ex-Wallaby Jordan Patea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Diaby has gone from UBB to them as well. They've made decent signings. I think they could be ground from Maj-ish kind of. I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be top mid-table. I wouldn't be surprised if they're around 6th, 7th, that kind of area.
My goodness, and you have to say as well that over the last couple of seasons, if you take like the amount that they spend, which is the second least in the top 14, normally they're the second bottom spenders to the team that gets relegated. If you take the amount of money that they spend and divide it by the number of points or wins that they get, they normally they're above the curve. They outperform what they spend. So if they've actually made some decent signings, then yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think that's a fun subplot to follow this season.
Yeah, I thought that when I saw some of the signings, I went, "Oh, hang on a second here. That's interesting." Yeah.
Okay, who do you want to talk about next? So we've got three clubs left. We've got Racing, La Rochelle, and Toulon.
Okay. Toulon, maybe?
Okay, I think, and this is going to be controversial, I've got my Toulon flag. Hang on, make sure that people can see. I've got my Toulon flag in the background. So Toulon are nominally one of my favourites top 14 teams. I went to see a Toulon game. I love the Pulu Pulu and everything. I'm just picking up bad vibes from them, Maz. I'm worried, so I am.
Yeah.
It feels like everybody wants out. You know, there was the whole chat all over the summer about Baptiste Saran, their best player last season, wanting out. Waningolo is left. Facundo Isa is left. Dan Big is gone.
Leicester is gone.
Leicester Fainganu. Wow, by the way, I was looking up Leicester Fainganu's stats for something I was writing about the All Blacks. For all the players who made over 200 carries last season, which is not many, by far the best stats. By far the best ball carrying stats. He was phenomenal for them last season. So he's going to be a big miss, a big miss. So I just think that their squad is weaker. I think there's something off about the dressing room. I think they're in Le Grand Merde, Maz. I think they're just waiting to go wrong.
And they haven't made big signings. They've got Brex coming in, and I think he might struggle in the beginning. He might be okay after a while, but I think
he's older than you think, by the way. He's in his 30s, well into his 30s.
Is he?
Yeah, you could. They talk about Brex and Cello, right? With his partnership with Tommaso Manicello. He's 10 years older than Tommaso Manicello.
I never knew that. They've signed Sack Mercer as well. Sack might do all right there. Sacco, when he was at Montpellier, was brilliant. So he might go okay there. But honestly, oh, yes, that is controversial. Yeah.
People can let us know in the comments what they think of that one. If you are enjoying the show so far, you've made it this deep, please consider subscribing to the channel. As I said, this will be a weekly show. I hope you're enjoying it. And if you're listening on audio formats, whether that's Spotify or Apple, give us a 5-star review and maybe even share a link with a friend. Also, this season, I'm going to be bringing back channel membership with the trying now to create more content more regularly. The costs of running this YouTube channel are now going up. So if you would like to support us in covering those costs, 99 pence per month will get you channel membership. You'll get access to some exclusive videos that you won't find anywhere else. And you'll, like I said, just be helping covering the cost of making the show. So really appreciate it. 99 pence a month. The lowest YouTube will let me set it at. And many thanks in advance. All right, 2 left, Maz. 2 of our favoritist clubs. Let's talk
Merge.
Racing 92. Racing are shite, as we know, Maz. The Jacky L obviously had to have his shots at Owen Farrell in the last week or so. Just recruitment scattergun all over the place. What have you made of the noises coming out of Racing recently?
Oh, well, Jacky, we love Jacky, don't we? He like, for gossip and stuff, like you can't beat him. He's number one. He's the number one man for that. But they have, as you said, they made strange recruitment, and they didn't recruit what they really needed to recruit. And I think they're going to have a big problem at Charnier, as they call it, scrum half, fly half.
No Le Garrec.
No Le Garrec. No Lancaster, no Kristen Tedder, no Farrell. You have Gimbert, who will probably cover the 2 posts. They've signed a little, is he Leo Carbonneau from Brive? But he's 20.
I remember that now. I remember you saying me, excuse me. Oh, Racing have signed this fly half. And I was like, who the heck is he? And then I looked him up. Who did he play for? Was it Aurillac or someone in the...
Oh, that's the fly half, yeah. Hugo Cernes. Yeah, he played with Aurillac.
And they were like, oh, he's like a rising star. I'm like, check the results, lads. He loses every week.
Yeah,
like, I'm sure
and he's 24 or 25. He's not young, you know.
He's not a wonder kid.
No. So I think they're going to struggle there big time. And I think if Gimbert gets injured, they're really going to struggle. They've made a few interesting signings. Tongan Thor is going to them, isn't he? I think.
Oh, yes. Tania Tupou. They always make strange signings, Racing. Their recruitment is all over the shop. You get the sense that they just, like, they put all the names into like a tombola and pull them out. And you go like, okay, in isolation, they're good players, but I just don't see how they fit in with all the other players there. Like, for example, with Henry Arundel, who's gone to Bath now. They signed him and then he left. And then to replace him, they've signed Ravutamada from the Drua. Again, a great player who we love. Nothing like Henry Arundel at all.
No. It is strange, and I don't know. Oh, I really don't know. And again, that Cosalo, he's still there. He's still at the helm. So whether he'll bring a bit of stability to some of it, I don't know. But I really do think they're going to struggle at that fly half, scrum half position big time. And young kids and not a lot of experience. And the other scrum half that they brought in is a guy from Sebra, Argentinian, Friscatelli or something like that. But they're not, I don't think they have it to make it in the TOP14. So yeah, we'll see. And anyway, we know that they will provide us with lots and lots and lots and lots of stories meantime. But I think they're going to be quite down in the grand end of things. Yeah.
And their budget's been slashed this season as well.
Yeah.
And Jacky L is looking for someone to come and buy some shares off him.
Yeah, 40%. Yeah, he's just had enough. He wants somebody else to be taking the weight on their shoulders. So that would be interesting.
Yeah. And then finally, another one of our favorites, always a great source of news, Stade Rochelle, aka La Rochelle, to you and me. So Maz, I think La Rochelle are going to be back this season. I think that they've made some great signings. David Niniashvili, Nolan Legarek, I think are going to, on their own, transform them. I think
Mm.
that for all of the struggles they had last year, I think they had injuries, but I think they've still got good players there, such as um, I've Paul Boudahon, who I think was one of the players in France full stop last season. I thought he was
Yeah,
excellent. We know Gregory Aldrit. Legarek coming in is going to support it. David Niniashvili, just one of the most talented rugby players in the world, bar none.
yeah,
They're still linked to signing Tommaso Mannoncello, no matter how many times that's been officially denied. And, Rog is back in everyone's good books after going on the Lions as a pundit and actually was very entertaining and insightful. So we
yeah,
know he's going to provide us some headlines, Maz, but I know they're not your favourite team, but I do think that La Rochelle are going to be,
yeah,
after a very disappointing season last season, are going to be back at it this season.
yeah. I think they're in the playoffs. Absolutely. I think there could be third, fourth, something like that. But yeah, they are. And Legaric is really going to suit their style of play. He really is. It's going to be quite interesting. The other thing that I'd forgotten is how young that Gregory Aldred and Budahon still are. I think Budahon's only 26 and Aldred is only 28. Now, I know some of their big props and that some of them are getting on in years a bit, but a lot of that team is still mid-20s. So, yeah, I think it could be quite interesting.
I think
Quite,
it'd be
yeah.
I think it could be quite interesting as well. So there we are. So as if it were planned, we have ended up with 6 teams in Le Grand Fromage. Toulouse, UBB, Pau, Castres, Perpignan, and La Rochelle. Maz, if that's the top 6, like at the end of the season, we are in for some fun barrages.
We indeed. Oh my goodness. Yeah, look what we've just done. Yeah, you better save that, screenshot that, so we can discuss it when the end of the season comes around. Yeah, that's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. More than half
Mm.
the league in Le Grand Bed, but
Yeah.
not sorry at all. Okay, whilst we've just still got some time together, let's talk about the Women's World Cup that's going on at the moment. Obviously, Les Blues, how do you say it?
The
With
blues, the
Les
blues,
Blues.
the blues.
Over, excuse me, over here in England, I'm going to see them on Sunday. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Ah, that will be a very interesting game against South Africa. Really will. Yeah.
Mm. The big news that's broken so far, um, for French women's rugby is that the highest viewership figures for the Women's World Cup is in France, higher than in the UK. Obviously, lots of people in the UK are going to the games because it's here.
Mm.
But in terms of TV viewership, highest in France. I get frustrated, to be honest, Maz, because I feel like women's rugby in France is being overlooked. I think it's a massive opportunity that's not being utilised at the moment.
Yeah, and it's very popular when they play in the Six Nations and things like that. It's like that. It's huge viewing figures. But even going on to the FFR website, the Eleanor website, to get anything on women's rugby and the elite on, there's very little information there, really very little information. And it is frustrating. You're trying to find things out about players and stuff like that. And it takes a lot of hard work to find out anything unless you're on TikTok or something like that. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that. And they have a good squad. They have a good squad, but then they haven't been tested. Um, well, Italy tested them a little bit, but the game against Brazil didn't really. And I only saw the highlights of that, so I can't really comment
Yeah,
that much on it.
Bourdon
Mm.
Sassoon was back at oh, coughing all over the place. Bourdon Sassoon was back in, having served her ban for saying
Mm.
naughty things. Um, she was great in that game. France, they've just got great players, especially in the backs. I mean,
Mm.
I can't decide who my favorite French player is. It was Morgan Bourgeois in the Six Nations. I think I'm moving over to Joanne Grise at the
Mhm.
moment, though. I think that she is absolutely world class.
Yeah, she is, isn't she? She's a great scorer of tries. So she is. Yeah, that game against the Springboks, yeah, that will decide who wins the pool and who they play against. Yeah, which probably will be Ireland, you would imagine.
Yeah.
If you would imagine. But I think the other thing is the Springboks. team is very physical, and the French haven't really come up against that yet. So that could be interesting to see how they handle that.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to that. Also, the Black Ferns play Ireland to decide who plays who in the quarterfinals as well. That should be a good game as well. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's hotting up after a bit of a underwhelming start, I'd say, in the first weekend in terms of score lines. We had a couple of really, really great games last weekend, and I think this weekend's going to be some great games as well. So
Yeah.
allez les Blues, as I'm going to call them, because I can't be bothered to learn how to say it properly. So I hope everybody enjoyed episode 1 of season 2 of the Top 14 Digest. If you have listened all the way to the end, leave a comment to say I listened to all the way to the end. Merci, or something like that. That just leaves for me to say merci to you, Madame Maz.
Can I ask a question?
Oh,
Are we
okay.
doing predictions?
Oh, yes, we've got a whole round to go, haven't we? All right, hang on. I need to look up the...
Our rugby marathon. Do you know that the first game starts at 1 o'clock on Saturday, and it's game after game after game until the last game starts at 9:05 on Saturday night? How is that? Okay.
Right,
That's
okay.
that's quite a marathon of rugby.
Let's get into the predictions then. So game 1 on... Well, I'm going to talk about it in UK time. So we're English, obviously,
Yeah.
language coverage. So I'll talk about it in UK time.
Yeah.
12 o'clock midday on Saturday. Maz, I'm so happy the top 14 is back. I've missed it so much. I was looking at, I was doing research for other stuff, and I found footage of it, and the top 14 is just filmed so beautifully, and all of the social media content is so incredible for it. I was just like, oh, I'm ready for this to be back now. People joke about the top 14 of how it lasts 3,000 years and seasons start before the last one ends and things. I've missed it. I'm ready for it to be back now.
Yeah. So am I. I'm very excited. The Pro D2 got me in the mood last week, and I'm full top 14, TOP14 mood now.
Yeah, great win for Van against Brive. Oh no, it was a
Uh,
draw, wasn't it? 30 all.
no, that was no, that was against Grenoble, and Grenoble beat them in the last minute. Am I getting?
No, Van against Brive.
Was a draw.
Yeah, 30 all. I'm sure. I watched it.
Yes. Sorry, I'm getting all mixed up. See how excited I get? Keek.
We hope that Van come back up. We're not going to
Yeah,
talk. We're not cool enough to talk Pro D2 on this show. So,
No.
where were we? First game, Stade Francais against Montauban, a relegation 6-pointer. Where do you see this one going, Maz?
You would have to think Stade Francais, wouldn't you? Well, you
Well,
really
if you
would.
can't win this, what can you win?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you never know. They might pick up a losing bonus point, something like that, Montauban. So yeah, but no, Stade Francais.
Yeah. And then we got Perpignan against Bayonne. One of those games that feels like it happens every week.
Yeah.
Bayonne don't turn up away from home, Maz.
No, they don't. And yeah, I think Perpignan will win this.
Okay, cool. Then we've got Lyon against Racing, another game which definitely happens every week. How many times did these play each other last season? 3 or 4 times?
I have no idea. Did they play each other in the Challenge Cup 2
Yeah.
or something? And that made it even seem longer than normal. And I honestly can't pick, but Lyon, maybe? Yeah, just about.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I think
Yeah.
so. First game of the season. Castres versus Pau.
Castres.
Castres
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Pau because they're my favorite.
Okay.
Montpellier versus Toulon. We always pick Montpellier to lose.
Yeah. Yep. A kind of a derby, that too, and a lot of ill feeling between the two teams, or more the background more than the
Paolo
teams.
Garbisi derby.
Yeah, exactly. Can Toulon win that?
I think so.
Maybe. Yeah. Toulon.
Then Le Grand Fromage of the weekend. Bordeaux versus La Rochelle, the Atlantic Coast derby. Your favourite game, Maz?
I'm going to have to say that UBB are going to win it, but it's going to be very difficult because with all these injuries, but they'll just about win it. Yeah. Not by very much.
Saturday night 14 is what we live for. Yeah. I'm looking forward. This is my game of the week. I'm looking forward to this one the most. I'm going to go La Rochelle, not because I want that to happen, because I do prefer UBB, as you know, but I think because of the injuries and because of the signings, I think that Raj is going to have the bit between his teeth.
I think so too. Yeah, and it's a bit of the La Rochelle are a bit of a bête noire for Bordeaux. So yeah, it'll be close, I think. Yeah.
And then finally, we've got Clermont hosting Toulouse. Proper 14, this. 8:05 on Sunday night. My favourite slot of the week. I wish other leagues. Well, I was about to say I wish other leagues did Sunday night slots, but I don't, because then I would have to miss the top 14, which I don't want to do. So Clermont versus Toulouse. It would be cool if Clermont won, wouldn't it?
It would be cool, but I don't think they will. I think Toulouse will probably win this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the predictions. Any other things that I've forgotten?
No, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that was all the games, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's them all.
Thank goodness for that. So that is our season predictions out of the way. Let us know your thoughts on what we said. I'm sure you already have, for those of us who have been listening along. So, as I attempted to say earlier, merci, Madame Maz.
Avec plaisir, Huw.
Merci to everybody for listening. Enjoy the Top 14, and I hope that everybody's favourite team wins. Cheers.
Bye-bye.